Edward G. Robinson was one of the most iconic actors of Hollywood's golden age. He was renowned for his stern guy demeanor and larger-than-life performances on screen, from his breakout role in Little Caesar to his memorable roles in classics like Double Indemnity and Key Largo. Largo Robinson was a big deal in the world of movies, but behind the scenes, he lived a much more complicated and nuanced life than the roles he performed. Hello viewers, in this video, we will uncover the secret life of Edward G. Robinson. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more regular updates. Let's get started. Robinson's tale is one of perseverance, tenacity, and steadfast belief, from his early beginnings as an immigrant in New York to his political engagement during the McCarthy era. The secret life of Edward G. Robinson is a story that you will want to experience. Once upon a time was in the busy city of Bucharest. Goldenberg is the name of a Jewish family in Romania. Morris, a builder, lived with his wife Sarah and their children, including Emmanuel, who came into the world in 1893. As Emmanuel got older, he and his family had to deal with the hard truths of anti-Semitism. One of his brothers was attacked by an anti-Semitic mob, which led the Goldenbergs to move to the United States. In February 21st of 1904, the family set sail for the land of opportunity and settled on the Lower East Side, where Emmanuel had his bar mitzvah. This was the first Romanian-American congregation. Emmanuel, who later changed his name to Edward G. Robinson, went to Townsend Harris High School and City College of New York. He wanted to be a criminal lawyer, but also had a strong desire to act and perform in front of people. Soon after, Edward's interest in acting led him to win a scholarship from the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, which changed his life and put him on the path to stardom. He then changed his name to Edward G. Robinson, embracing his new identity with gusto and paving the way for a career that would make him a Hollywood legend. During World War I, when he was younger, he was in the U.S. Navy. Even though he was never sent overseas to participate in the war, Robinson followed his passion for acting. He started in the Yiddish theater district in 1913. 2 years later, in 1915, he made his Broadway debut. Mark started a long and successful career in theater and cinema. Robinson made his first movie, Arms and Demand, in 1916. Robinson's performance as a snarling gangster in the play was so powerful that it caught the attention of Hollywood producers looking for new talent. As a result, Robinson was cast in his first significant film role in 1929's Hole in the Wall, where he played opposite the legendary Claudette Colbert. Robinson's career was set to take off big before 1930, when Sound and Picture came out. He quit the theater in 1930 and made 14 movies in 2 years. This made him one of Hollywood's largest and most famous stars for a long time. After making a name for himself in Hollywood, Edward G. Robinson immediately became a much sought-after actor who got offers from studios left and right. In 1930, he went to Universal to be in Night Ride and MGM to be in A Lady to Love, both directed by Victor Shoestrom. Robinson's talent and hard work paid off when Warner Brothers put him in the lead role of Little Caesar in 1931. His performance as the gangster, Caesar Enrico, was a big hit. In 1931, he starred with James Cagney in another gangster movie called Smart Money. Robinson's on-screen chemistry with Cagney was explosive. Robinson's range as an actor was also on display in the 5-star final of 1931, directed by Mervyn LeRoy, who had earlier directed Little Caesar. Robinson kept trying out various characters and genres in his subsequent movies, such as The Hatchet Man, in which he portrayed a tongue mobster. Robinson proved to be a versatile and gifted actor who could give any character depth and nuance. After his success in gangster movies, Edward G. Robinson kept working for Warner Brothers. In 1932, he played Horace Tabor in a biopic called Silver Dollar. In 1933, he was in a comedy called The Little Giants and a romance called I Loved a Woman. In 1934, he was in Dark Hazard and The Man with Two Faces. Robinson was in a comedy called The Whole Town's Talking, directed by John Ford in 1935. Sam Goldwyn also hired Robinson for Howard Hawks' film Barbary Coast, which also starred Robinson. In 1938, Columbia borrowed him for the movie I Am the Law. Robinson played an FBI agent in the 1939 film Confessions of a Nazi Spy, the first American movie to show how dangerous Nazism was to the US. The war in Europe had just started. He joined the military in June of 1942, even though he was already 48 years old. He was too old to run, but he continued to speak out against fascism and Nazism to escape being labeled. Robinson agreed to play a part in the 1939 movie Blackmail. He then played Paul Ehrlich, a medical scientist, in Derlick's Magic Bullet, and Paul Julius Reuters in A Report from Reuters in 1940, which MGM rented him for. Two movies based on the lives of famous Jewish people in the 1940 movie Brother Orchid. She and Bogart were both in it. Robinson was part of a group cast in the 1942 and 1943 movies Tales of Manhattan and Flesh and Fantasy. Edward G. Robinson kept working in movies by playing diverse roles in different types of films. He was the main character in war movies like Destroyer and Tampico in 1944. Robinson's career took off again in 1954 when he played a disloyal Batham in Cecil B. DeMille's epic film The Ten Commandments. Robinson returned to the big screen in 1958 and 1959 with his performance in A Hole in the Head, where he was billed after Frank Sinatra. Even though he was becoming older, Robertson continued to work in the film industry and took on more TV roles in the following years. During his career, Robinson made essential contributions to the acting field and his country during World War II. In 1969, he was given the Screen Actors Guild Annual Award by Charlton Heston, who recognized Robinson's pioneering work in starting the Union, his service during the war, and his outstanding achievement in promoting the highest standards of the acting field, even though he was never nominated for an Academy Award. Robinson was given an honorary Oscar in 1973 for everything that he had done. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences lauded him for his ability as a player, his dedication to the arts, and his role as a dedicated citizen, calling him a true Renaissance man. Robinson was married twice. His first wife was the stage actress Gladys Lloyd, and they had a son named Edward G. Robinson Jr. They split up in 1956, and Robertson later married Jane Bodenheim, a fashion designer named Jane Arden in the business world. He also kept a residence in Palm Springs, California, which was very different from the rough roles that he had played on TV. Robinson was a man with a high level of taste. He was soft-spoken, well-educated, and good at languages. He was a dedicated member of the Democratic Party and even went to the 1960 Democratic Convention in Los Angeles. Robinson was more than simply an actor. He was also a passionate art collector who spent many years building an excellent private collection. Sadly, he had to give up his favorite collection in 1956 to settle his divorce from Gladys Robinson. He had also lost money because he needed to work more in the early 1950s. Robinson stayed true to his passions and views throughout life, even when things were hard. He left behind a legacy that shows how much he cared about the arts. Culture, and politics. Edward G. Robinson died at Mount Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles on January 26 of 1973. He had been sick with bladder cancer. His remains were flown to New York, where they were buried next to the family in Brooklyn's Bethel Cemetery. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share and press the bell icon for more regular updates.